Votez Corée! Votez pour Louis! Votez pour Noah!
Guy Code with Rena Osware. Hey, welcome to another episode of The Guy Code with me, Rena Osware. And we have a good one for you today. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the top dating or relationship myths. We're going to be busting them. There's some dating myths, of course. Dating has been going on for a while in the urban and modern society, and there have been some myths coming up from different societies, from men, the Red Pill Society, even the Red Pill Society, feminists, and even married couples, about their certain myths and stereotypes that are believed to be true. But we're going to be bust them and tell you the real gist and the real truth behind them and what is really factual from superstition or fiction. Okay? So we're just going to go straight into it. To the first one is that women leave you when you lose your job. Okay, this is one big dating myth that has been spread and just shared within mostly the men communities, red pill communities, even pickup community, that immediately when a man loses his source of income and cannot no longer bring in income, the woman would leave him. This is the truth about it. Let's just get into the truth. Okay, first, this is totally false. Why? Okay, women will only leave you if you lose your masculine frame, and for most men, when you lose your job, you lose your masculine frame. Okay, so this is when a woman might leave you, when you lose your masculine frame, which is your confidence. Okay, so women not leave you just because you lost your job. Like, if you lose your job today, it's not like you won't, like, well, I have to pack and leave and go back to your mom's place by today evening. No. A woman will give you some time, especially if you have an emotional attachment. She might give you some time, not a long time, but some time. Okay, so the truth is, women will only leave you when you lose your confidence. Okay, because for most men, your confidence is based on how much you can provide and how much you can produce. Okay, and when most men, when they lose their jobs, their confidence goes down. You're no longer driven, you're no longer ambitious, you're no longer passionate. That will make her leave. Okay, because of the after effect. But if you lose your job and you're still confident, you still have motivated, you're still hungry, ambitious, you're still like, okay, this has happened, let me jump into the next thing, there's an open door somewhere, I'm going to work hard and find a way to get it, she will not leave. She will not leave you, okay, just because you lost your job today. No, that's not true. Okay, so that's the first myth you've busted. Women will not leave you immediately when you lose your job. Women will only leave you when you lose your masculine frame, which is your confidence. And for most men, since when they lose their job and their source of income, they lose their confidence. That is what will turn her off and say, you know what, he's not the same person I met when we were dating, so I just have to leave. And she will leave. Okay, so if you lose your job, it can happen to anybody, but you still have your confidence, you still have your charisma, and you're still ambitious, she will not leave you, because she will see that you're still hungry, you're still ambitious. You'll find a door somewhere else, and such people usually find another way to get a way to make it, another open door, and go through it. So yeah, they will not leave you. Of course, if you jump back within a short time, they won't leave. Of course, this is only for short term. They should give you a grace period. Okay, only very, very serious gold diggers will leave you immediately when you lose your job. Most women, if you have an emotional attachment, okay, she's attached to you, she will not leave immediately. She'll give you some time, to to gain your masculine frame and find another open door and get back on your feet. Okay, number two, the second dating myth or relationship myth is that men and women love each other. Okay, that men and women love each other for who we are. Well, this is a big myth, and most people wonder, oh wait, Rena, isn't that true? Is that really a myth? Isn't that true? Well, I'll tell you this, it's a myth. Men and women don't love each other for who we are. Okay, we simply love each other for how we make each other feel, and this is especially for women. Okay, women don't love men for who they are. They love you for how you make them feel. I will repeat that. Women don't love men for who they are. They love men for how they make them feel. Okay, and this can also be vice versa. Okay, men will mostly love a woman for how she makes him feel. Okay, if he makes you feel like you're a king, like you are important, like you are, respected. That's one of the main. Those are the main things that men look for. If a lady makes a man feel respected, important, then that will make the man fall in love with you. Okay, for the feeling you give him. The same way for women, which is actually much just heightened for women, is that women will love you if you make them feel special, of course, secure, and you just make them feel safe. They will love you for that. When that feeling, when you're longer able to provide that feeling, they will leave. Okay, and they will say things like, you know what, the flame just died. We're just no longer in sync anymore. What does that mean? It means that the feeling you gave her prior to when you were dating is no longer there. Okay, you no longer make her feel safe. You no longer make her feel loved. You're no longer passionate with her. And when that goes, the relationship it goes, and it's just about time, a matter of time, before the relationship dies, and she leaves you. That's the truth. So women and men don't love each other for who we are. No, we love each other for how we make each other feel. Okay, so for all those, maybe the good guys who are like, well, but I was a nice guy, I did all this stuff, I did well. She expected more. You know what? You just make her feel you're not all that. That's the truth. Let's just be honest. She wanted more. She wanted more. She wanted more from you. She wants a man who will make her feel passionate, passionate, feel loved, and feel secure. That's the truth. Okay. So if you do not provide that, it doesn't matter how chivalrous you are. If you're not able to penetrate her with your masculine core, in that you're showing yourself as someone who can make her feel safe, someone who can make her feel appreciated, someone who can make her laugh from the bottom of her heart. Okay, from an emotional standpoint, that you can really bring out those raw emotions from her. You can't do that, then she will not love you. You'll just be that nice guy who will be good for her as a friend. Number 3, the third dating myth is that money, looks, and status is most important. Okay, this is a big myth that most men have, and I actually had believed this myth for a long time. That money, looks, and status is the most important thing. You see a beautiful woman with a man, and you're like, oh yeah, of course she's just with him because he's rich or he's famous, and he just looks like a model or whatever that is. And that's the most important thing. It is actually confidence that is most important. Okay, the reason why most men will think, oh, she's just with him because he's rich, or because these people who have these qualities, who have a lot of money, who have good looks, who are high status in society, just naturally ooze confidence. Okay, I'm sure most of you have seen or met CEOs or high profile people who, when they just walk in a room, everyone just notices, hey, you know who that is? Yeah, that's he's a big deal. And even how he walks and his presence in a room is felt. Okay, those people who just walk in a room and they have presence. That confidence is brought about by having that position. Okay, so They're attracted to the confidence, which is as a result of having the money, which is as a result of having the looks, which is as a result of having the status. Okay, so for the men who actually have these qualities, become confident, and that confidence is what attracts women. Okay, so if you're able to have that confidence, that authentic confidence, that you are, you are confident in who you are, you know what, you know who you are, you're not trying to make any impression, you just have that calm, poised sureness of yourself, that will attract women. That's the main thing that attracts women, not the stuff. Okay, there are many people who have this stuff and don't have confidence, and they will still be brushed off. But the people who have these qualities, the money, the looks, and the status, and they also have confidence that comes around with it will attract women. For most of you guys, of course, if you woke up one day and you had millions in your bank account, you will walk different, and people will notice you walk different. Okay, and that will attract people to you as a result of what you have. But the confidence itself is what attracts them, not the stuff. Okay, so I think we've busted that one. The other one is that all women cheat. It's a dating myth that I've had, especially with MGTOW people. MGTOW is, for those who don't know, I probably haven't listened to the first episode, the Red Pill Kenyan Perspective Part 1. We went through this, what a MGTOW is. MGTOW, MGTOW, is men going their own way. Now, this is a movement of men who recognize female nature, and they just feel like, it's not worth handling. Let's just cancel women altogether, and we will never get married, and we'll never really involve ourselves with women, and we'll just be on our purpose and forget everything about women and just not deal with them anymore. So because female nature is not, we can't do anything about it, they're messed up, and we don't want to deal with them. That's what the MGTOW mindset does. But it's not true. Okay, about this all women cheat, it's not true. All women are capable of cheating. Okay, the same way all men are capable of cheating. But I'll tell you this, man, if you are a true alpha, she will not cheat on you. What is a true alpha? If she sees you as an alpha, which means if she has an emotional attachment to you, she will not cheat on you. I will repeat that again. If she has an emotional attachment to you, she will not cheat on you. Okay, this means that she sees you as an alpha. Probably you've met, or you've tried to probably pick up and probably seduce a woman who you later find out she's with someone, and you notice this whole time you were doing the right things. You are taking care of yourself, of your image, you're saying the right stuff, but still it was nothing. She was just keeping you at bay. She was laughing at your jokes, blah blah blah, but nothing, no more progress apart from a certain level. Why? Because she's emotionally attached to someone else, and if she's emotionally attached to someone else, my guy, there's nothing you can do there. Her heart is somewhere else, her emotions are somewhere else. She sees someone else as an alpha, and she eats, sleeps, drinks that other person. If that other person is you, then you are the lucky person, and she will not cheat on you if there is an emotional attachment. Okay, if there's no emotional attachment, and she probably just seeing someone for probably superficial reasons, maybe money and all that stuff, she will cheat. But if she's emotionally attached to someone else, she will not cheat. It doesn't matter who it is. I'll tell you for a fact, guys, it doesn't matter who it is, she will not cheat on that other person. So you can be that true alpha if you build an emotional attachment to her. And I'll tell you how to do that in the following episodes, so stay tuned. The next thing is that the next dating myth is that you can't get out of the friend zone. You can't get out of the friend zone. I think that's a myth that I handled it in the last episode, is that you can't get out of the friend zone. if you raise your value and if you date hotter chicks, you can get out of the friend zone. You can't get out of the friend zone. So I won't touch on this topic, this point a lot, this myth a lot, because I already dealt with it in our former episode. So if you haven't listened to it, listen to it about the friend zone. It just happened last week. Yeah. The next dating myth is that women will only want beta males after they pass their prime. Okay, women will only want beta males or nice guys after they have passed their prime. Okay, this is a myth. Women will only choose the nice guy and will get tired of the bad boy after she has matured. It takes a certain amount of time. It could be longer for others, it could be shorter for others. Okay, there's some women who feel like they want to settle down even at 20, 21, 22. That can happen. They're just tired of it. They don't want to go through that whole stress. Maybe they've seen someone else, maybe a sibling, a friend, who has gone through the whole stress of dating bad boys, and she just ended up broken and just stressed out. And she didn't want to be that person who spends maybe a decade of her life, dealing with the bad boys and has nothing to show for it at the end. And she just decides, you know what, I'll choose another different path to my life and choose to settle down early in life and just get away and avoid all the drama and trouble. And there are women who will do that. There are women who will probably you're most likely met them who just want to settle down early in life, just 21, 22, 23, especially in Africa and Kenya. There are many women who actually want to settle down by their early 20s and just get that over with, start building a family as early as possible and retire as early as possible instead of dealing with the whole dating shenanigans all through maybe into their 30s. So will not only choose the nice guy after she is maybe older in life, maybe in her 30s or 35. No, there's a women who actually want to settle down early in life, okay, early in their 20s, and just get married and start their own family early in their 20s. They don't have to wait maybe 10 years or maybe in their late 20s or even early and mid 30s to want to settle down and to probably consider settling down. There are many women who even in their early 20s want to settle down and just get that off the table and say, let me just start my family earlier and build it when I still have the energy to raise my children. So there's that. Women will not only want to settle down later on in life. That's a myth. They only want to settle down after they have matured, and it also applies to men. There are men who will want to settle down early in life and just don't want to play the field because it gets tiring. Okay, you might date up all these women and have nothing to show for it at the end. You know what? And probably all your friends right now are just having their families and having a great time, and you're still maybe that 30 foot, late 30s, early 40s person in the club like you were 20 years ago. You get tired of it. You're like, you know what, let me grow up from this stage and just settle down and have my family. There's some who might do it later, there's some who might do it earlier. So it all depends. You can't say that all women will want to settle down after maybe in their 30s when they've already gone through their younger years with the bad boys. No, there's some who actually want to start early and raise their family when they have the energy to do so. Lastly, is that women can be logical when they are moody. Okay, this gets to a point. This point is about Let me just break it down to you using an example. All of us have probably tried to reason out with women when they are moody. Okay, you've probably, for example, you find a lady, maybe she's someone you're dating, someone you're in a relationship with, and she's just crying. Okay, and us as guys, we have a linear way of thinking. You're like, why are you crying? Okay, why are you crying? What has happened? Let me fix it. For many women, it's not even about the fixing. She just wants you to make her feel safe and loved at the time. That's it. For many women, they just want to be held at that time, and they don't want you to be asking questions of who did what, can I fix it? No, 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 no. Many of them just want to be held and feel safe and feel loved. It's funny. It's weird, I know. but many women are like that. You find a woman, she's moody. It could be nothing has happened to her. She just doesn't feel loved, and she just feels like crying. She expects you to just penetrate her with your masculine core, which means that you just make her feel loved. Penetrating her with your masculine core is making her feel loved, making her feel your love and appreciation at that moment. She doesn't want solutions at that moment to say, oh, this person did this, so you can do this to fix it. No, she just wants to feel loved at that time. So you just penetrate her with your masculine core, make her feel loved, make her feel secure, and imagine the moodiness will go. Just like that. It's weird, but most of us have gone through such situation, and you are like, what did she want? What does she want? She wants food? Is she hungry? Does she want money? No. She just wants to feel loved. Imagine. Just like that. And that's how it is. That's how women are. So that's a myth. Women can be logical. You can use logic to get a woman out of a moody situation and a moody state. No, you can't use logic. She just wants to feel loved. You just hold her, make her feel appreciated, joke around, dance with her, and imagine that mood will go away. Just like that. So, guys, those have been the top dating or relationship myths that I've gone through with you guys. I hope I've brought some insight on a few things, and we'll have better clarity when dealing with these myths and know the facts behind them, what is true and what is not true. And as you continue to live your life, your self-development, in your purpose and dealing with women, you know what is true, what is not true. So if you hear someone else mentioning one of these myths, you can correct them and say, you know what, that's not true, this is the truth about it, and together we'll be in a better situation. So that has been today's episode, guys. Keep following us on the different platforms, the social media: Instagram at Renosware, Twitter at Guy Code Kenya, and we shall talk soon. Bye.